good morning, or should I say, good new comic book day to you, fellow Robot Zero fan. We appreciate your time being here and watching this video. We missed you after having contracted COVID-19. We had to close the store for a week. So that was unfortunate, but we're back. This is the last you're going to see of this beautiful face today. It's going to be covered in a mask to better protect you and myself from further disease spread. So I'm out of quarantine. I'm fine. No symptoms. I do have a little bit of a cough, but that's about it. So want to thank you all for tuning in and watching New Comic Book Day here at beautiful, well, wait a minute, that's not right, at Robot Zero, located in beautiful downtown scenic Geneva, Ohio. Oh, and we have someone that's joined us. Whoever you are, anonymous viewer, thank you for joining us. We are located at the northwest corners where routes 534 and 20 meet, just between our great neighbors. We're, to our east, which would be, if you're facing our store, to the right, would be Old Familiar Ways, our new neighbor, and our longtime neighbor and staple of downtown Geneva, Honeybee's Restaurant. And then to our left, we have attorney Lisa Summers. And then a little bit further down, we have the Alibi Bar and Grill. Rab, what's up? Thanks for joining us, buddy. I gotta stop saying and So anyways, thank you for joining us. It is New Comic Book Day. I'm Tony, your host here at Robot Zero Comics. What's new with you? We got a lot of stuff out this week. We have 2 weeks worth of comics this week. 2 weeks worth of comics because obviously we were closed last week. I'm going to show you what my picks were over these last couple of weeks. We've got Crime Destroyer by Shaky Kane, Jason T. Miles, Josh Simmons, and Richard Starkings. This is an independent comic. It was one of the favorite things I read this week. You have a young man that's just trying to do right in life, trying to lead a straight life, be a good guy, falls in with the wrong crowd. Then we have Crime Destroyer shows up and just kicks ass. It is great. A lot of jerks get what they deserve, and this young man learns a lesson in life thanks to Crime Destroyer. Really great book. The colors are one of my favorite parts of the book. The story was great, but the colors really, really popped on this book. I enjoyed the artwork by Shaky Kane, the words by Jason T. Miles. We get an introduction to our villains here. The Pilgrims, spelled Pillgrims. But the art and colors in this book are fantastic. Bomb goes off, killing this young man's mother. Crime Destroyer vows to show him the right way, introduces him to some people that he thinks will show him the way, but perhaps he had misjudged the character of these people. Anyways, great book, great artwork, good message. I enjoyed that book a lot. And then we have from Marvel, Devil's Reign 2. So this is a Devil's Reign 2 with the Leon Hyuk cover of Elektra as Daredevil. As you know, she is now, she's Daredevil. She is the keeper of Hell's Kitchen right now. And what we have going on in Hell's Kitchen, New York, is Kingpin has become mayor. He has introduced the Thunderbolt Task Force, I guess you could say it is. It's basically a police force of all super criminals, leading as the sheriffs, the sergeants, and then a bunch of underlings, a bunch of henchmen as their henchmen, as their officers rather. So in this one we see Crossbones. Marco Cicchetto's art in this book is absolutely nuts. He and Chip Zdarsky have been doing Daredevil now for the last couple of years, and their artwork has been fantastic. There we have Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic are in prison due to there being superheroes, and superheroes are not allowed. You're not allowed to use your powers. They tried to arrest Steve Rogers last time. The Avengers are going underground. In this issue, we learned that Tony Stark wants to run for mayor against Kingpin to hopefully take back the power. They tell Tony, look, Tony, we don't need another rich, powerful dude running for office. And that's when he just knows it's the right thing to do, and he doesn't want to do it, but they the Avengers themselves nominate Luke Cage to run for president. not president, I apologize, run for mayor of New York in an effort to take down Kingpin and end all of this craziness that's going on. Kingpin has Purple Man on his side against his will. Kraven shows up to fight Elektra. This book is packed with so much great stuff. And not only is it just packed with then we have this awesome splash page of Spider-Man, Ben Reilly fighting Taskmaster, which is, again, in itself amazing. No, that was the last page. Don't want to show you too much. But the idea here is Wilson Fisk has information on Elektra, forcing her to have to face Kraven head-on in order to suppress that information. She doesn't want that information to get out. Luke Cage running for president, the Avengers having to go underground. Ben Reilly shows up to take on Taskmaster, and, oh my goodness, the villain from Iron Man 2, Whiplash. Is it Whiplash? I think it's Whiplash. Anyways, great book. Marco Cicchetto, Chip Zdarsky. One's drawing their butt off. The other one's writing their butt off. They're doing some fantastic work in Devil's Reign. I highly suggest picking up issues 1 and 2. We only have a few issues of 2 left. But man, number 1, we still have plenty of. Definitely check it out. Marcel, what's up, man? Klaus, what's happening? And then we have Elektra, Black, White, and Blood. This is an anthology series. It has 3 stories in it. The first one has Elektra taking on some vampires. The second story is a little bit more ethereal and spiritual. It was a good story. Definitely enjoyed it. And then the third story, double check, I'll show you the artwork here as well. The third story is about a crime boss in New York City that Kingpin is taking out all of his enemies, and he's hired Elektra to do it, and she does. I'll just put it that way. A lot of blood, a lot of black and white. Really great. That first, I really liked the first vampire story with Charles Soule. That's a great splash page there. But if you are into Elektra at all, or Daredevil, or that whole Kingpin Daredevil world, definitely check out Elektra, Black, White, and Blood. It'll be a 4-issue miniseries. And that, by the way, too, one-shot, 5-part miniseries, 4-part anthology miniseries. Bylines and Blood, I believe this will be a miniseries as well. This was if you like a mystery, this is what you're going to have here. We have Satya. She is a private detective, formerly a journalist, investigative journalist. Her old boss, who she worked at the newspaper with, who were both fired by the newspaper when the newspaper closed. Her boss, Denzin, wanted to open up their own newspaper where they exposed the rich and the powerful and all of that. Satya decided not to do that and become a private detective. While Denzin, her former boss, goes on to realize his dream by creating this newspaper, he gets himself murdered for doing what he does. We don't know who, we don't know why. His daughter shows up to Satya to hire her as the private detective because she knows she can trust her, and the relationship she had with Denzin, so on and so forth. Artwork, fantastic. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting the art to be as nice as that cover, and it totally was. Enjoyed the art thoroughly, enjoyed the story thoroughly. So definitely had me wondering what was going on. Gives you a ton of information, more than just setup, more than just introducing characters, which it does. But it gives you a good chunk of story, which I enjoyed quite a bit. Not saying it's 2 issues in one, but I'd say it's an issue and a half in one. Not page-wise, but story-wise for sure. And then we have The Fourth Man from AWA, Artists and Writers Associated, I think, Artists Writers Association. AWA Upshot, company recently created by J. Michael Straczynski back in 2019. Do a lot of miniseries. This one is 3 Murders, 25 Grand, or Best Offer. It's based on a true story. And you can tell they're getting super cinematic with it, in that they stole the faces of a lot of actors in this book. First we got Harvey Keitel. And then we have, let's see, this dude is from an old 80s. This guy was all over 80s movies. I can't remember his name. That's Harvey Keitel, Paul Giamatti, James Caan. They just straight ripped off faces and just like drew over them. But it doesn't take away from the story itself, which I enjoyed. It's a crime boss. Well, this is what we have here. It opens up with someone hiring the Paul Giamatti character for a hit on a crime boss, or a crime boss slash competitive car seller, a car lot in town. You have two of these going head to head here. It gets pretty grim in that the one, James Caan, hires the Paul Giamatti character to murder the competitor. That doesn't quite happen. That does not quite happen. Paul Giamatti's character his name is James Wells. He is a total goofball, really not cut out to be one to do any type of detective work or be a hitman whatsoever. A little comical, definitely murderous. I read this one last night. So yeah, excuse me. Super cinematic book, though. Like I said, stole a lot of faces off of big name actors. I even caught a cameo by Morgan Freeman in there as well, just to name drop another one. Let's go back through. But the artwork's by Mike Deodato. Deodato does some great artwork. He worked for Marvel for like 20 years and then left to help form this company. And then we have a Bill Paxton cameo there at the end. This is when James Wells, Paul Giamatti's character, knows he is in deep poop. There we have the Harvey Keitel. Come in. I'll explain this book a little bit better. I feel like I'm ruining this, but I enjoyed it because I like crime stuff. I like crime stories. That's what this basically offers. I like stuff that's based on true stories as well. Did enjoy this quite a bit. Also, the Apache delivery service by Matt Kint. We have a young Native American man. Everyone calls him an Apache. This is during the time of Vietnam. Everyone in Vietnam, all of his fellow soldiers refer to him as an Apache. He's not an Apache, but apparently Apaches were known for their tracking skills, which this gentleman has. He was raised, I don't know if it flashes back to his youth, where an older person in his life is mentoring him, showing him how to hunt, how to track, how to respect animals when you do hunt and kill them, to show them respect to the animal, not an animal god, but to lay the body of a deer on a bunch of pine needles, to lay it up off of the earth. When you cut it open a certain way to allow its soul to escape and show that you're showing respect to the animal and the kill. So he's very respectful of what he does, and he becomes a soldier in Vietnam, and he's out in the jungle by himself tracking down Vietnamese soldiers and then giving their coordinates out so then the American armies can bomb them. He comes back to base. Everyone is, there are people that are jealous of him. His superiors are very happy with his work, want to grant him a week's worth of leave. He does not want the leave. He finds that the leave will be distracting. It will only make his anxiety worse. So they allow him to go back into the jungle again to hunt. He gets himself caught, and I'm going to leave it at that. Really enjoyed this. This is going to be, I believe, a 4-issue miniseries, possibly 6 at most, but I believe it's a 4-issue banger. Really enjoyed it. Matt Kint is up there with Jeff Lemire, in my opinion, in writing skills. And the artwork I enjoyed too. Definitely matched the, I've never been to war myself, but the colors, the artwork lend itself to, being a little bit darker. Obviously, when we're dealing with war and death and all that fun stuff. So those are my picks of the week. We'll jump over here to what we had out this week. Some of the stuff we'll skip over because we just talked about it. We've got Black Widow number 13. Got a few different covers here, including that Adam Hughes. Captain Marvel 35. That is Last of the Marvels Part 4. Omega Darkhold. So we had the Alpha, and then we had, I believe, 4 or 5 one-shots concentrating on the different characters and how the Darkhold affected them. And now we have the Omega, the end of the Darkhold. Definitely check it out. It was a cool story. Even if you just read the first parts and the last parts, the Alpha and Omega, pretty cool story. Told you how I felt about Devil's Reign, Chip Zdarsky, Marco Cicchetto. Definitely don't miss out on it. If you're if you're a Marvel fan whatsoever, don't miss out on it. If you've never read comics, no need to. This is a very cinematic book. It's a big story, a lot of characters, and a lot of characters you'll recognize as well. So, great introduction to comics. Excellent story. Same here with Death of Doctor Strange #4. I believe that's a 5-issue miniseries. That has been a lot of fun to read as well. And then we have Elektra, Black, White, and Blood, an anthology miniseries featuring 3 stories per book by some of the best talent, art and writing-wise, Marvel has to offer. We have The End of Inferno, the miniseries. The Marvels #7. This is an X-Men miniseries, by the way, featuring the one and only Mystique. Shang-Chi #7, jumping on point for Shang-Chi. So if you enjoyed the movie, Shang-Chi, definitely check out the comic. It's a lot of fun, lighthearted, something you can read with your kids and definitely enjoy. We've got The Amazing Spider-Man #83, and since that comes out 3 times a month, we also have The Amazing Spider-Man '84. So 83, 84, we'll catch up on that. We've got Thor #20, which is the first full appearance of the God of Hammers, I believe. Donny Cates, man, he's writing his you-know-what off, and it's definitely showing. I've read this entire series so far. You don't want to miss it. It's fun. It's crazy. Donny Cates taking us on a ride. Same with his Hulk right now. Hulk is getting nuts, and I think he's got a Miracle Man story up his sleeve as well. Wastelander's Star-Lord one-shot. That's also a prequel to the podcast that they're doing, featuring all these different Wastelanders. I think we had Wolverine, we've had Hawkeye, and now Star-Lord. X-Men #6. Then we have our book, Be More Loki, which is a lot of fun. Aquaman, Green Arrow, Deep Target. Definitely read this book. It is a lot of fun. Definitely read it. Detective Comics number 1046, Fear State Aftermath. DC versus Vampires #3, really cool Francesco Mattina Superman, or is that Red Sun Superman? I can't tell by the symbol, but that is looks like Superman to me. Francisco Mattina Vampire Superman, cool Vampire Wonder Woman. Flash #777, Lucky 777. Harley Quinn #10. Human Target 3 by Tom King, which these are actually coming out on time, which is fantastic. Greg Smallwood teaming up with Tom King. Justice League 70, really nice. Black Canary, Green Arrow cover there. Robin #9. Superman 78 #3. Superman, Son of Kal-El, #5. And I'm working on this week's comics. We got them delivered very late. This week's comics for DC, I'll have those out here, hopefully about in the next half hour or so. Task Force Z #3. Teen Titans Academy #10. My Isekai Life. Isekai in manga is an entire genre about being sucked into a video game and living in that world. That's the genre. And they just dropped a trailer over on the Funimation Facebook page for this anime series. We talked about Apache Delivery Service and Bylines in Blood, the things I read this week that I enjoyed a lot. Crime Destroyer, talked about that as well. Deja Thoris versus John Carter of Mars, #6. Elvira meets Vincent Price, #4. I think that's going to end at #5. Evil Ernie, #2, with the Nirvana tribute cover there from Nevermind. The Fourth Man, which we just got done which I clumsily talked about, but did enjoy quite a bit. Horizon Zero Dawn, Jennifer Blood, #4. Monkey Meat 1. This is going to be an anthology series, but it's all based in the world of Monkey Meat Island. I read this. This is all by Geneva. A new thrilling anthology. I believe this will be 4 issues. About how Monkey Meat Island destroys people, the people that live there, the people that work there. Monkey Meat is the corporation, super evil corporation, does a lot of terrible things to its people, the people that work for them. What was his name? I believe his name was Thaddeus Lugg, was the character. He was the groundskeeper of Monkey Meat Island. They kind of show how they abused him. He was just a native of the island. The Monkey Meat Corporation shows up to establish their laboratories and factories, and they hire him in perpetuity until they feel like they're done with him, Thaddeus Lugg, to do their dirty work, essentially, to kill the people of the natives of the island or to clear them out, to keep everyone in line. He's known as the groundskeeper. And he exacts a little bit of revenge on them in this book, in this story. The next story he exacts some revenge, but then it's a Twilight Zone kind of story, man. Like, the island just chews you up and spits you out and sucks your soul away. Literally. Nita Hawes, Nightmare Blog, number 3. And then we have Noctera, Blacktop Bill Special. If you've not been reading Noctera, we've got the trade paperbacks. I believe they're only $9.99. You can pick that up and this. One of the best stories going on right now. I didn't have enough room on the pick of the week racks to include this, but Scott Snyder, Tony Daniels, their artwork and their words speak for themselves. It is a great story about a brother and sister separated from their parents at a very early age because of the great PM, when everything lost, like the sunlight was lost forever. There's going to be no more sunlight. There's only darkness. And this darkness brings a lot of terrible things. Plants and animals becoming these creatures called shades. Humans becoming shades as well. Their skin like a million tiny glass razor blades is what their skin's made up of, and will just cut people up terribly. This is the story of Valentina, Val, and her brother Emery, M, and their journey to a place where they believe will save their lives, will be able to stop running, stop ferrying people, because that's what their job is. They ferry people in this giant semi from one place to another because they know the lay of the land. They know the dangerous places. They just want to get out of that life, though. It's exhausting. Always running for your life, protecting others. They are good people, but they just want to stop running. It's a whole other life. It's been about 10 years since they've last seen light, and they've lost their parents. So the story is they're ferrying a grandfather and granddaughter to this unknown location that they claim will be able to heal human shades. Emery's been infected by shade. He needs help. I'm going to leave it at that. This is a great story. Don't miss out on Noctera. And this features Blacktop Bill Special. Blacktop Bill is who's trying to chase them down. He's a hitman. He seems to be a shade that's able to still control his human body. You find out in this that he was a serial killer. A lot of crazy stuff. Panther number 1 with a TMNT tribute cover. There's the regular cover, little Rose Bessish anime cover. Pretty cool one. Power Rangers Universe number 1 of 6. We have 2 covers here. Cool cover there as well. Red Sonja number, I believe, 5. Rise of Jin, number 2 of 3. Spawn, number 325. Stray Dogs, number 1 of 2. Dog Days, with the cool, oh my gosh, Tales from the Crypt cover there. Cover A right there. Transformers, Best of Optimus Prime, 2 Moons, number 8. Vengeance of Vampirella, number 25. And the Winchester Mystery House, number 3 of 3. We got this cool Transformers Generation Selects Art Fire. If you like a picture of them, just let me know. We got these cool Mego figures today. We've got Leatherface, Igor from Young Frankenstein, and then Dr. Frankenstein himself, Gene Wilder. They did Gene Wilder right by this. That is such a great if you could ever get an action figure of Gene Wilder, I don't know if there is one, but this is fantastic. Swamp Thing, Green Hell, number 1 by Jeff Lemire, Doug Monkey, and Dave Barron. We've got the new wave of Black Series Star Wars figures with guys from The Mandalorian, Bad Batch. Who else do we have here? Return of the Jedi, General Lando, Bad Batch Tech, Mandalorian, I believe that's Q90, Bo-Katan Crazy, and then we have Koska Reeves, so pretty cool there as well. And then we have some more manga. Hero Life, a Self-Proclaimed Mediocre Demon, Volume 1. Warcorns, Volume 1. Electro 1 in 25. Some Elvira 1 in 10s, 1 per store Power Rangers, 1 in 10 Power Rangers. And then we have, this is some DC stuff I'm working on. We have Batman 119 this week and One Star Squadron 2 of 6. Again, 2 weeks worth of books here, guys. We also have Dark Knights of Steel number 3, Batman Detective number 1047. That's weekly right now. Son of Kal-El, Superman number 6, and some extras here that we got for people. They'll just be pulled directly. And I think that's it. So remember that no matter where you are, make sure to visit your local comic shop. We appreciate your time. Thank you for watching this long video. And I'm going to get the store open and check in the rest of these DC comics. All right, everyone, no matter where you are, visit your local comic shop. It is the best place to be on a Wednesday.